Guys, Dorota Nail, international nail artist and educator here, and I'm in with Eva. We had a wee accident. She have broken nail on a drawer and it was actually really sore. So we are gonna rescue it and do the rebalance with a nice delicate rainbow-ish flowers. So first of all, I have sanitized her hands. I can see I'm gonna have quite a lot of cuticle work, and then we are removing the old design. Okay, so I also will take them down a little bit as well, because they have grown quite a lot. So we need to thin out the free edge, and that will save us lots of time, guys. If you thin out the free edge with your e-file, then later on you can shorten it very fast and easy. Blend the old product. And there was a video of those marble design as well, which we done for this client, if you wanted to watch it. So I love to show you real results, like on real people, like how the nails behave with the prep which we have done it, how they last, how they look after a certain time, just so you can guys see it as well, what works, you know, kind of, rather than, so the salon videos are awesome to learning on the real clients, and they in real time as well. So I think this is pretty important too. I actually quite like that marble, quite delicate design. Okay, I'm gonna just clean everything off and then do the same on the other hand. And I'm working on a full speed of my e-file with the safety bit. I can see that the left hand in general is in much better condition than the right hand. So depending what hand your client is working with, they usually, you can see the condition of the nails and the cuticle area is gonna be much better. Except the one which was close in the drawer. So as you can see, the nail heals absolutely fine, but it was broken at the nail bed and the client felt it really sore. We thought actually the nail might came off because it was a quite big damage to it, but I think the matrix area have been absolutely intact, so we can put a new extension on it. Sorry guys, I'm just concentrating and checking what I'm doing here. Okay, that's enough. The rest we are gonna remove it with the hand file, but the nail itself looks absolutely amazing. I am on a full speed? No, I am not. Okay, I wasn't on a full speed actually. Very important is when you removing the product from the client's nails, that their nails are directed down the way and not up, because you could actually by accident catch it with the bead, and that will be very painful. So I'm always trying to direct a client finger down the way. Again, thin out the free edge. Okay, so push back the cuticles. And we are gonna have quite a lot of work on those cuticles today. Remove some dust from my gloves. and push back the cuticles. Nice and decent push. Okay, and now using the cuticle bead, we are gonna exfoliate, actually remove the cuticle from the nail plate. And now I am on the half of the speed. So for some clients I would work actually faster, for some clients I will work slower. With this client I can work faster on the cuticle area. And we can usually get a pretty nice results with it. So remove everything what is on the nail plate. Do not force it, so you can see it. I'm sometimes going back a couple times and I'm working pretty flat to the nail plate. I am also quite happy how this nail fold looks. In the past we had it at the angle. I'm gonna actually show you. So the actual nail fold was at the angle, like this part was here and it was just like this. We have managed to reshape the nail fold and the cuticle area, which I'm so happy, doing gentle like over several appointments. So sometimes we cannot do some things like at once because it will be just too much. It's better if we do it gradually and checking how the nail is behaving. I've got actually one client with a really large pterygium. That's a cuticle living tissue which is grown into her index finger all the way down here, like, you know, creating like a big split. And it's okay, I'll file it. My client is poking underneath. So what I'm doing is I'm gradually actually exfoliating that pterygium, and I think I will manage eventually to sort it out. Now, just before I start filing those nails, I will remove the biggest excess of the cuticle. And with every client, it is a different amount. So some clients I can remove less, some clients I can remove it more. And I think judging those type of cuticles, type of nail folds and type of nails is really crucial to don't take off too much and to do not cause like a bigger overgrown. Because overall, this client's nail folds are much better than when we started. And that's how it should be. We need to look at the long term when we carry out the nail services, just to make sure we improve the overall look and the health of the nail. And then just the thumb. not much in here, so I'm just gonna do it the biggest excess, and the rest we are gonna exfoliate it with the bead. Next step is to grab the file, remove the sharp edges from it, and then we are gonna reshape the nails. I'm gonna show you actually on the left hand, and the reason for it is I want to show you the removal of this nail, the product, and then also a fresh sculpted nail, which is gonna match the natural nails. Because they are a natural nails and we've got quite a lot of growth on different direction, growing down, growing to the sides, I'm trying to profile that nail as nice as possible. So I'm filing from underneath, but I'm also reshaping on the sides as well. And I'm checking how it looks from every angle. And usually when I'm working with the natural nails, like we started with extension, but extension grow out eventually. I like to file it underneath, because this way I blend the old product with the natural nail and prevent those kind of splitting at the free edge. You know, it is a hard gel over a natural nail, and natural nails like to work underneath of the product. So it is really crucial that all the prep and everything is done properly, so they last long time. This one is quite nice. I've got just a tiny bit of splitting at the free edge, so just removed it. You can also see it, so whenever I remove the product with the e-file, you can see there is a still shiny top coat left on that area. So this is a part which I'm mainly doing with the hand file. So this way I do not overfile the nails. And quite often I get this question asked a lot. It's like how many rebalances, how many infills you would do it on a client until you give them, until they need to remove the product, or until they get the new set. If the client is wearing the nails like pretty short, and I would call them short-ish, you just carry on, because for that reason you would only do the roots. And I love to compare it to the hair. Whenever we're getting the roots done only, the hair are nice and healthy, and whenever we do carry out the color removal and then reapplication of the color, that's when the biggest damage is occurring. So best is just carry on and do the rebalance all the time, so this way you only do the roots. So this nail looks actually fantastic for being squished in a drawer. As you can see it, I'm just removing any split area, any remaining of the products, and you can see it, I'm doing it with the 180 grit. So for natural nail, 180 grit, for a product, 100 grit. Shorten the free edge, especially that is cracked in here, and then we'll be able to sculpt it a fresh nail which will match the rest. Because when the client is wearing a natural nails, your main goal is to have those natural nails matching the extension which you will do it in a case of a broken nail. Okay, so now I'm just re-cleaning the dust and gonna do a final inspection with scratches on the places which are still shiny. I find it actually speeds up my work rather than do it like all at once, you know, because I do not overfile those places. Then I can really slow down and and do it everything nicely. Okay, I'm gonna catch up on the other hand and do exactly the same, and then we move on into a product application and a form application. So I have catch up on both of the hands, and now guys we are gonna use a blue scrub to dehydrate the entire nail plate, nice and squeaky clean. You can also, when you work with the natural nails, clean it from underneath as well. You want to make sure the product is not gonna separate at the free edge. So a really good, decent clean. And then do it exactly the same on the other hand. Remove the dust. And on the pinky we are gonna apply the forms. That's the forms which I'm using. So put the sticker behind it, and for this nail folds I can see it, they are not too wide, thank you, and I don't have to properly cut the form, so I'm just pre-pinch my form in the fingers, then hide the client view so the client doesn't help me too much. Usually I go like this and hide the client view, and then I can slide the form underneath, so going right in the middle. Once I've got the middle, I start squishing the form at the free edge here on the top, then check if it's straight, and now we can start closing the form. So I like my forms to don't drop too much, and that's mean the tabs are always open. My next step would be to apply an extra nail prep to dehydrate the nail plate. I'm just gonna get nicely in the middle. So an extra nail prep. Everywhere where you've got the natural nail, but also I do apply it at the free edge. So I've got some product at the free edge, but I still want to apply it in there to dehydrate it. And then we are gonna apply Universal Air Bond. So Universal Air Bond is acting like my base gel. And it's air drying, which is fantastic. So you can see it, I'm mainly doing it at around the cuticle area where I've got the natural nail and at the free edge. I'm not bothered about applying it on the middle part. Like when you work with the Universal Air Bond, it looks like I'm just touching whatever, but look, that's I'm kind of touching and let the product spread around the cuticle area. I don't go too much all over the nail fold. So I'm kind of finding the sweet point where my product is gonna spread, see? And the product is gonna spread rather than just apply it wherever. I know things sometimes can look different in the video than they do look in the real life, so keep that in consideration. Milky pink is a most natural color. I've got mine probably right at the end. You can see it. There is hardly anything in my pot, but we are gonna use it. And I might have enough, or I might not have it enough. I've just prepared another pot just behind me. So I always also store my brush with a tiny bit of product on it, and then just before the application I kind of clean it so slightly to make sure there is no dust and other stuff. Pick up a very small scoop of the product on the one side of the brush, remove it from your brush, and now brush it in really decent into the scratches you have created. That's why we have done those scratches. We want to make sure they are gonna take the product really well. So again, remove it from your brush. And I do it on all 5 nails because it is a very small amount of the product. And then straight away, depending on the temperatures, I will start rebuilding my apex. So again, the product on the one side of my brush, release it from the brush, and then look that I'm also working with both of the hands. So my left hand is working with a client finger and my right hand is working with the nail brush and a product. Okay, so I leave it for it to self-level a little bit, and now I can do it on another nail. Again, release the product from your brush and then start smoothing it out. So there are places where I've got actually lots of product and I don't need more. That's why I'm pressing harder. And on the places where I've got little product, I press very gentle. And I'm gonna cure them. That gives me a time to grab my other gel. This one is a brand new one and it's gonna be freezing like and very hard. So I also will show you the difference in the pot. Always like grab the stuff from the lid. There's always quite a lot of product in there, but this one is like a solid, rock solid, because we had actually some fresh snow in the mountains. So I'm gonna be pretty struggling. You can see, gosh guys, look at this difference. So my fault, I should take this gel out of the cupboard much earlier to get it to the room temperatures. Okay, so I'm pressing pretty hard, and I actually show you my tip what I'm doing. So I would place it on the middle finger like this, and I would place it there. I actually love to show you all those different hints and tricks. The temperatures of my client finger is gonna heat up this gel for me and make it more workable. Okay, so here I've got the right amount, which is good. I'm gonna brush this into that natural nail. And then this one is a nice workable temperatures as well. I do much prefer working on a thinner consistency gel. Now we are gonna sculpt the free edge. Checking if we're still in the camera. Nice and short. And change the hands. I can already feel the difference in a gel, like for sitting here only a couple minutes. Again, doesn't matter how many times I do the nails, like how many no, that's wrong. Oh gosh, sorry. Whenever I start working on a certain nail, I always do the slip layer. So sometimes the nail might end up with like 2, sometimes this one is having second layer of the slip layer. But sometimes I might do it even 5, like if it's needed, and I will be doing every single nail separate. Okay, but that's mean I'm working with the smaller amount of the product for the later stage. As you could see it, I am not able to work with my left hand. Now I have released the client hand and I'm able to work it with both hands. Okay, do it on another nail. The only advantage of a very cold product is that you can do more nails at once because it's not gonna run. And then on the thumb. So I'm not worried about the product running on the side because, as I say, it is on a little bit thicker consistency. Press it down. And add a little bit more at the free edge. Perfect, change. Okay, so I didn't put any product on the thumb because usually form means we are not able to cure the thumb at the same time. So I wait with my thumb product application until I release the form from the pinky. Build up the apex on this nail. You can also see the difference in the speed of the product application if it's thicker consistency files a thinner consistency. When it's so thin, you just fast, like bang, 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 and you have to apply it very fast. When it's more solid, you have to spend longer time with it to perfect it and let it itself level. So again, I'm inspecting the nails, and because my right hand is completely finished, I can carry on with the left hand until I find it is not safe to do it anymore because the product starts to run. Okay, and now I can straight away check it if I'm missing any product. If not, I can pull away the form. And I can build up this nail. And so does the thumb. Press it down really decent. Build up the apex on my pinky. And you wanted it to match the natural nails. So work nice and slow. And then do the thumb. That's not enough product. Okay, with the thumb I can work quite nice with the both hands, which speeds up the application. So whenever I can use both hands, I am much faster. Re-inspect them so nothing ran, no nothing. We can change the hands, perfect. Close the product and then start filing. So this hand is completely ready. UV cleanser to remove the inhibition layer, and then I'm gonna start shaping them. I have twisted my wipe to don't go over the same, to don't go with the same lint-free wipe on my clients, so twist it. Now let's shape it. So they're not too bad, just with the product application, but we need to make them nice and decent. And I like to use my filing routine. If you've got your filing routine and you're kind of trying to do it every single nail exactly the same way, things are gonna be more consistent, and they are gonna be like time saving as well, I would say, because you wouldn't be doing all over different things. You will just go and do exactly the same steps. Okay, first nail is ready. One side, other side. Shape those free edge. By doing those side movements, I'm kind of almost like giving myself two straight lines, and then I can follow those straight. I can follow those straight lines to shape my free edge. Then I'm checking how the product looks from the free edge all the way through it. I'm checking the side view, checking the other side view, and this way I know where to file next one. So a line and a line, shape those free edge. Always blend around the cuticle area so you don't know where the product is starting, and then later on, guys, you are gonna have just wheat top coat in there, which is making the nails look much better overall, even if they're pretty old, because there is not big jump and the thickness difference. I'm kind of missing words today. Okay, and then the thumb. On the other hand, guys, I'm just gonna show you the pinky because that was different, and the rest I will file it myself, just to save you time watching filing. But I know it is very crucial, because if you've got your filing technique, you can overall really improve the shape of the nails, the lasting time of them, because the blending of the cuticle area is also affecting how long the nails are gonna last. If there is something to catch in here, it might cause the lifting, and also it's not gonna look nice. The water can get trapped in there, so we always want to make sure like you kind of don't see it where the product is starting. Perfect. The other hand is ready as well, and I will show you those pinky. So they will be exactly the same, but the pinky, we have sculpted it from the scratch, and we wanted it to match the other pinky. So I'm filing from the side first. Shape the free edge, and I want to show you something, because after we shape the free edge, the nail itself looks much nicer. So that's the way how I'm always trying to apply the product. I am a little bit more messy at my free edge because I never want to have missed product in there. Then I would blend around the cuticle area. And we've got a brand new nail. nice and slim, matching the others. Okay, that's enough hand file, because the rest we are gonna do it with the buffer, and then I want to show you that pinky as well. So this is what we have sculpted. The next step is to grab a gray buffer, remove those sharp edges. They're sticky. My client just touched it. It's okay. And she's thinking like, what is going on in here? So for those of you who don't do nails often, there is always inhibition layer on the gel products, and it is sticky. And I think my client just touched it at first time ever, and she was like, what is going on in here? There we are. So I just removed the inhibition layer. Now buffer. So with the buffer, again, it is 100 by 180 grit. In the middle, I can go nice and fast, just like this. Okay, look at the difference, like in a shape, crazy. Clean the dust, and then we can blend the cuticle area. Also, this area become cleaner as well, so allows me to see better my sides. And if it's necessary, especially with the natural nail, I kind of go underneath as well, and I blend this product. Someone asked me a good question, it's like, so you apply this free product, cap the free edge and everything, and then you shape it. So the idea of shaping at the free edge is the idea of getting your free edge blended with the natural nail, same way like we blended the product here. Can you see where the product is starting? No, we can't. So I've got natural nail here, and the product is starting here. And it's the same thing, we want to do it at the free edge. We apply the product, then we blend it. And this way the product is gonna last you better. But you need to cap those free edge, because the gel products always shrink in a lamp. And imagine you have something like very flat without a hook. When it shrinks, it's gonna move away a little bit. But when you've got it, so this is a flat product, yeah? Flat product, it's gonna shrink. And then if you've got this product hooked like this, yeah, even if it shrinks, it's not gonna shrink away entirely. I hope that makes sense. That's the reason why we're capping this free edge. It's just to kind of make this product hold on a little bit. And then, yes, I'm always blending that product, so you don't see where the product is starting. So those at the free edge. And this is the idea behind it. And I mean, obviously you see it, how those nails last. when the clients come back. Like mine are on, it's embarrassing, but I think mine are on now for about 7, maybe even 8 weeks. I would need to check the date of the picture I took. And so those my clients, they can go, like even this set, you could see it, there was no lifting, nothing happening. So easily my client could pull another 2 weeks out of it, and they was already a month old. Okay, about this one. And then we are gonna just have the cuticle exfoliation to be done with the wee ball, and the nail fold tidy up as well. The index finger is pretty hard for that client because I need to try to find a happy balance, and quite often I would check it from all the sides and from the client view as well, just to make it as nice and balanced as possible. Yay! Okay, again blended. I also look at the angle of my bather. So when I'm bathing, I'm kind of, I do not go like this, because this way I could actually cause a trauma. I am kind of going all the way, touching even those nail folds and brushing everything. Okay, same here. This part of my bather needs to run exactly, can I show it? Exactly there. So it can't go here, it has to be there. And then this part, which is not gonna do anything, can touch this fold. I'm also twisting it a little bit and bending here when I'm working with the corners. Whenever it's necessary, I need to touch it up. I would go with the file and I would just touch it up with the file. Okay, great. I'm just gonna catch up on the other hand, and also it will be maybe quieter, and then we will come back with the next step. I still don't like this nail, so I will just touch it up so slightly, and now do exactly the same on the other hand. They are ready for one of the last steps, and I'm just putting a slow speed and a wee ball, and we are gonna exfoliate it. We are gonna exfoliate the nail fold. So nice and slow. Put it back into the reverse and do the other side. Do not do it too long in one place, because that's where your client can feel the heat friction. And then I'm just gonna tidy up the last bits and pieces before we can move on into the nail art. So I always like to do it in 2 stages like this. So I've got a little bit of ragginess in here.
Like it's dispersing the weight, not so much like playing out the bottom. It's more of a rounded shape. Yeah. I think that's nice. Yeah. And like you've not really had to move too much into that either. No. But it should sit a lot better. So
This is so satisfying. Especially when you compare it to start with and what we got it now. So whenever I do it, I would grab then the blue scrap and clean the entire nail plate just before we start doing the design. And this way I can also check it if everything is done right way, if the dust particles are coming off. But we cannot wash, I usually don't wash the hands at the stage, so they still look quite dehydrated. But we don't want to put any water until we finish the entire enhancement. Okay, so the flowers. I'm just gonna use the French gel, and then we are gonna do a nice design. Not over the top, quite delicate. So I want some flowers. Mainly at the free edge. And I'm gonna make them slightly different. So, say example, this flower is gonna be out of the dots. Have to also watch my camera time. So they made out of very simple dots elements.
Would you like to go around?
oh yeah, I would love to. Not anytime soon though, you say that. Oh, lovely. That was the best time. It's kind of exactly what I thought it'd be like, and so different.
Okay, then my next step would be to grab the watercolor brush. And then I'm gonna do it another flower which is slightly different shape. So those petals are less regular. Oh no, I made 6 petals. Daydreaming. Or I just wanted to show you how to fix the mistake. D-liner brush. And we are just giving couple squiggles. Okay, brilliant. Now I'm gonna prepare, so leave my client hand in here, just so I've got the control of what is going on when it comes to curing. And then we are gonna use the sponges. And as you can see it, I have already prepared some. So basically what you do it is, I'm gonna cook my client in now, so inside. You are gonna cut a small piece of the sponge. Take the eyeshadow applicator and you are gonna do it an ombre on your sponges. Okay, so say example, I will go with pink. Then I will go with orange. And the nicer ombre you do it on the sponge, the nicer results you will get. Then let's do it yellow. Same like the more pigment you will bring in. Okay, I'm just gonna do it on those 3 colors to save the time because my hand is ready as well. Perfect. And then we are gonna transfer it into our flowers. Okay, so you basically take those wee sponge and you are transferring beautiful ombre. Look how amazing it is. And from one sponge load, you will get lots of applications. This is so much faster than doing the pigment on an actual nail. Look at this, like so pretty. And it's still very delicate because we've got quite a large part of the nail clean. And I have done, with the one sponge load, I have done the entire hand. Yay! Now we are gonna just clean the excess of the pigment. I love it so much. And apply the top coat over it. Oops, my client moved. So apply the top coat, cap the free edge. Look how pretty this design turned it out, and it was so effortless in a matter of creating those ombre. There is no faster technique, guys. So if you like this technique, if you tried it, we've got a Facebook group where you can actually share your results. I would be very happy to see it as well. If you can post it. Perfect. I'm so happy how they turned it out. Cook it. And I'm gonna just quickly do it the same on the other hand. So again, we are gonna grab the dotting tool. We made those. And you know what is the nicest about this technique, guys? You could actually use it for different designs, so it doesn't have to be like a floral things. We could do squiggles, you could do marble, like kind of wavy line work. It would work really for any kind of designs. That's why I love it so much. And you can also prep it beforehand. So if you know you've got client coming in which wants an ombre, this will be the fastest way to achieve it. And you could do it actually the entire nail with it as well, and it's definitely less messy. Let me tell you why. You would just apply the white gel polish all over the nail and then just do the ombre with the sponge and the pigments. And because the pigments are not going to stick into a nail folds, it's so easy. Once you apply the top coat, clients just wash the hands and that's it. You know, and you get a really beautiful ombre with the one layer. So you don't have to sprinkle it with acrylic. You don't have to do it so many layers. You just got touches of the sponge. could also do it without of ombre. So say example, if you want your flower middles be yellow, you would just cure your white middles, put a yellow pigment over it, then do your flower petals, cure them and say apply pink color. And then if you want to do the leaves, you would do it in green and so on and so on. So you don't have to do it necessarily ombre. You could transfer different colors into it as well. I just like the ombre because it looks the nicest and it's probably the hardest one to achieve. Okay, let's pull some sort of leaf out of it. And I still try to keep the design more into the side of the nail rather than going through the entire nail. Again, I need to peel the leaf out of it. Then keep it just as simple. Perfect, change. So we have to just cook it and then I can transfer it. I will actually try to use the same sponge and see it if we're able to do the entire set out of the one sponge load. But this hand is all cooked and finished and I actually love it. Just a perfect spring set with a bit of color. My client is able to check them out as well. We just have to go and wash my client hand. And you can also compare how those fingers, hand, like and the nail look now after we finish versus what we had to start with. So this is how this set turned it out. And I've got maybe 5 more seconds for the other hand to cook. So let's try this sponge again. Perfect. I take it. Other hand. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, so you can see it, the sponge still has enough pigment. Get some more blue here. I love it so much. Clean the excess of the pigment, and again you see it, we have done it so fast. And once the top coat goes over it, it pops in and it looks even prettier. Also, guys, you can let me know in the comments below if you've got some other ideas you would like to see it on this channel, like or other designs. I will take them into the consideration when we do the next content as well. Okay, so this hand is ready for cooking. And also look how, oh gosh, also look how natural the milky pink looks on the nails. So let's cure it. And that's the final results. I hope guys you have really enjoyed this tutorial. Sending you huge glittery hugs and looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye!